All right, let's take a look. We've got some gusty winds here coming up this morning out of the south-southwest, 15 to 25. We may have a couple of gusts near 30. Last couple of days, you know, Tulsa International has been out about a 30, 31, 32 mile per hour gust occasionally in the afternoon. We're at 86 right now and a high of 104 coming up today. All right, so the muggy meter, what is this? Well, the dew point temperature, the measure of moisture in the lower part of the atmosphere. If the temperature and the dew point are exactly the same, humidity is 100%. And when you have dew point temperatures into the upper 60s and the 70s, it's pretty uncomfortable. And 75 is miserable. If you recall, it was about a month ago that we had dew point temperatures briefly at 78 to about 80 degrees, and that was just flat out miserable. This morning, it's very muggy. Kind of feels like the South Texas Gulf Coast here in northern Oklahoma. That temperature, that dew point temperature should mix down a little bit through the afternoon, but it will still be high enough to crank out some pretty significant heat index issues. 110 to 115 is likely in these areas that are highlighted in purple. And from Cherokee County eastward, the heat index might be a little lower than that, maybe 109, 110. But it is going to be up there today, so please use some caution. Here's the hour-by-hour heat index projection. At the lunch hour today, we're already at 109 in Tulsa. And by the 3 and 4 o'clock hour, we're about 113 to 114. It's not going to shock us if there's one or two readings that would be at 116 briefly. And the heat index values won't drop below 100 until after the 9 o'clock hour tonight. So again, can cause significant heat stress if you're not ready for it. Over the weekend, shower and storm chances will start to show up kind of slowly at first, and then the temperature will also start to drop. Now, we made a couple of course corrections to yesterday's forecast that you saw at this hour. So Saturday, we brought that up a little bit, and we brought Sunday up a little bit. This just kind of delays the cooler weather that will show up into the early part of next week. As early as Thursday night and Friday morning on the Oklahoma-Kansas state line area, there could be an isolated thunderstorm or two. So that corresponds to a slight chance, and that's going to stay north. Friday night into Saturday morning, a few more scattered showers and storms will be a possibility. That corresponds to a chance here in the Tulsa metro. And then we go Saturday night into Sunday morning. That is going to be a slightly higher opportunity, and not just a scattered storm, but a storm complex at that point could be rolling across part of the area, but there's still enough inconsistent with the data. That's why it stays at a lower probability. So this is for Tulsa. We go into Friday night, early Saturday into Sunday, storm chances returning. But today, you can see that most of them are away from the area. Omaha, Sioux City, Davenport, Iowa, St. Louis, Missouri, right in through here. But there's been an outflow as far south as Wichita, that there's been a couple of scattered showers and storms this morning between Wichita and Pittsburgh. But the ridge of high pressure, you see that little line there that I put on the radar? Basically, that's sinking, compressing air. So all of the big storms, at least initially, will be in this region to the north of that. But over the next day or two, that ridge is going to flatten and move out of the way. And basically, that kind of opens the door for some scattered thunderstorms initially, and even a storm complex or two, and then some not as hot weather. So Saturday is still hot. Sunday is still even kind of hot and muggy, but I don't think it'll be too terribly significant compared to what we're going to experience today and tomorrow. And then next week, that's when things will start to change a little bit. We'll see temperatures upper 80s, lower 90s for a few days early next week.